Think about the last time you got that email from our subject line. Compensation update. You open it. You see the new number. Your brain instantly starts spending it. A nicer apartment. Finally fixing the car without sweating. Maybe you stop saying, "Not this month," when friends invite you out. Then you do the normal stuff. You hit the grocery store. Your usual bag costs more. You check rent listings just to see. They're worse than you remembered. Your insurance renews. Your subscription prices quietly creep up. And suddenly your raise doesn't feel like a raise. It feels like you're running faster, just to stay in the same place. Here's what most people don't realize. That disappointing moment isn't bad luck. It's math. And the math is running in the background of your life every single day. That moment you just recognized? Here's what was actually happening beneath it. Your raise is measured in dollars. Inflation is measured in what those dollars can buy. Inflation is the steady rise in prices across the economy. So when prices climb, your money's purchasing power, meaning the real stuff your paycheck can cover, shrinks. And it doesn't take a disaster for this to happen. It can be quiet. It can be normal. It can happen while you're doing everything right. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the CPIU, basically the main inflation scoreboard, rose about 8.0% in 2022 and about 4.1% in 2023, based on annual averages. Now zoom in on what that does to a raise. If your pay goes up 5% but your everyday costs go up 8%, you didn't get ahead. You got a pay cut in real life. Let me be clear about something. Employers often frame raises as progress. But if the raise doesn't beat inflation, it's not progress. It's maintenance. And here's the twist. Once you see how inflation actually eats raises, you start noticing even deeper traps hiding inside. Good news. So before you even judge your raise, you need to understand what inflation is actually doing to your money. Inflation is a broad increase in prices over time. It's not just things feel expensive. It's the same dollar buying less stuff year after year. Purchasing power is just your money's muscle. How much it can lift in the real world. Inflation is like adding ankle weights to your budget. You can be stronger, but you're carrying more. Here's a clean way to see it. Even normal inflation compounds. Using the rule of 72, a simple math shortcut, 3% inflation cuts your money's value in half in about 24 years. 72 divided by 3 approximately equals 24. And the long-term record is brutal. A visualization using the BLS CPI inflation calculator shows $100 in 1913 would be worth about $3.87 today in purchasing power. Same paper, way less life. What does that mean for you? It means you can't evaluate your money in a vacuum. Your raise isn't competing against your old paycheck. It's competing against next year's prices. So if you're planning your life based only on the new salary number, you're planning with the wrong map. The next step is the part that really messes with people. Your paycheck can go up on paper while your lifestyle goes backward in reality. Once you see inflation, you start spotting the oldest trick in the workplace money game. A nominal raise means the number of dollars you earn goes up. That's the figure in your offer letter. Real wages are what that pay can actually buy after inflation. Real wage growth is the only kind that improves your life, because it accounts for rising prices. And the gap can be huge. Take 2022. Bankrate's wage to inflation index analysis, using BLS data, found prices rose 22.7% since the start of 2021 while wages rose 21.5%. A shortfall of about 1.2 percentage points. You worked more years. The system handed you more dollars. But the price tags moved even faster. You can measure this yourself with simple tools like the BLS CPI inflation calculator. Plug in your old salary and year. Compare it to today. If your current pay doesn't beat that inflation-adjusted number, you didn't gain ground. You just changed the paint color on the same room, for you. This changes how you negotiate and how you budget. You don't ask, "Is this a good raise?" You ask, "Is this a real raise?" You compare your raise to inflation, and then to your personal inflation, your rent, your groceries, your commute. Because here's what most people don't realize. Even if national inflation cools, the categories that hit your life hardest can stay hot. And that's where the pain actually shows up. You now know why your raise can evaporate. Next, you'll see what this looks like inside a real household budget, and why it doesn't feel like a number problem. It feels personal. Because when your raise loses to prices, it doesn't show up as a chart. It shows up as decisions you start avoiding. Picture a normal household. Call it the 2 raises a year couple. Nothing flashy. They get regular bumps. Maybe 3% here, 4% there. On paper, they're moving up. In real life, the fridge is emptier on Wednesday and the credit card balance doesn't fully reset anymore. This isn't just vibes. The Bureau of Labor Statistics tracked real average hourly earnings, wages adjusted for inflation, and reported they decreased 2.8% from October 2021 to October 2022. Real average weekly earnings decreased 3.7% over that same period. That's the exact feeling people describe. You didn't suddenly become irresponsible. The math changed underneath you. So what happens inside that house? They don't panic all at once. They trim. First it's subscriptions. Then it's, we'll do the trip next year. Then it's maintenance, tires, dentist, the stuff that turns into a bigger bill later. And this is the trap. When your living standard is stagnant, you start blaming your behavior. But often it's your purchasing power getting silently shaved while your fixed costs, rent, insurance, childcare, commuting, keep demanding first place. For you, the move is to stop using raise equals progress as your default assumption. Your lifestyle isn't protected by your job title. It's protected by your real wage, your fixed cost load, and how fast you adjust when the numbers shift. So what do you actually do with all of this? Without becoming an economist or tracking prices like it's a second job, here's exactly what to do. Simple, repeatable, built for real life. Step 1. Convert your raise into a real raise. Take your old salary and run it through the BLS CPI inflation calculator. That inflation-adjusted number is your break-even. If your new salary is below it, your next conversation at work isn't, "Thanks," it's, "How do we close the gap?" Step 2. Track your personal inflation, 3 line items only. Housing, groceries, transportation. If those 3 are rising faster than your pay, you're not budgeting wrong. You're exposed. Your job is to reduce exposure. Step 3. Lock down fixed costs before lifestyle creep locks you down. Renegotiate insurance. Reshop internet and phone. Refinance nothing blindly, just lower recurring bills. Every $50 per month you cut is a raise that inflation can't take back next month. Step 4. Route the raise money automatically the day you get paid. Split it. A buffer, cash emergency fund, and long-term investing in low-cost diversified index funds inside your workplace plan or IRA. Not to get fancy, just to stop your future from being priced out. If this was useful, you'll want the next video on how to negotiate a raise using inflation and market pay, without sounding confrontational. And if you want more of the stuff the system keeps quiet, subscribe so you've got it when the next compensation update lands.